Hey, what is going on, crypto people? It is your boy, the Crypto Siege, with another day in the life and the crazy life that is cryptocurrency. What is good, guys? Beautiful, beautiful morning. Doing my normal drive on a weekend. Yep, on the weekend as well. But yeah, I just wanted to shoot a quick video for you guys and talk a little bit about a couple of things. Number one, the video that Brad Kimes did with Mickey B. Fresh and Lee from SPQR Media was absolutely outstanding. It was absolutely, it was a little bit on the mind-boggling side. And for me, I say that because we've already talked about that. We already know that this is where it's going. But the fact that they came up with this idea of taking advantage of the idea of the stable coin and making it better, and I think that's the thing that people miss. That's the thing that people forget about Ripple and the people that come from Ripple. They take an idea and they make it better. The stable coin and what they're going to do with it is better than the traditional stable coins that are out there today. I just think that's phenomenal. But I also want to talk about, so that video, listen, if you haven't checked it out, Brad Kimes, it's Xrp, the big reveal, something, it says the holy grail. Definitely want to check that video out. It's an hour and a half long. You definitely want to check it out. It's because it's about upping your game. It's about improving your XRP radar, right? It's about upping your XRP IQ, if you will. Because it's important to do that, because we don't want to walk around. I used to tell my friends this when I had a job back in the day and had a 9-to-5. I was an air traffic controller, and I used to talk and kind of mentor some of the young guys. And I would tell them, look, you can't run around here trying to promote an idea, concept. And this one particular guy was a Christian, and early on in his journey, in his walk, and he was just going around spitting stuff out, and trying to turn people over, and all that time, bring close people, into the to the Lord, all that stuff. But he was totally unprepared. He was unprepared. So one of the things when we're trying to win people over to the XRP space and the digital asset space as a whole is we have to be prepared. We have to be prepared in order to. You can't run around unprepared. I forget the phrase that I used to say, but you can't run around and not know what you're talking about and try to bring people in. It'll make it worse. So do your homework, do your due diligence, learn all you can about the digital asset space, and learn all you can about XRP so that you can intelligently articulate your argument. You have to be able to do that. You got to be able to turn them on to some YouTubers, and you got to be able to quote some articles and tell them where they can find the articles. Maybe even have it on your phone. Maybe even have this stuff readily available so you can sit down with them and just show them, right? We say in our business, always use third party, right? And so instead of you talking, my mentor used to say to me, CJ, if you're talking, you should be pointing at something. You should be pointing at something, right? Use the third party. So because your friends won't listen to you, right? They'll listen to me, but they're not going to listen to you, right? And my friends will listen to you, they're not going to listen to me, right? So use third party. So be prepared for that type of stuff. That's what I did with my family, because they're just not going to listen to you. It's just kind of the way it is. But anyway, in that case, so that video, definitely go check it out. But I want to talk about Bitcoin a little bit, and I feel like it's being put out there as a distraction. Some guy in someone in my comments on one of my videos mentioned that, and I love that. It is a distraction. It is being put out there as a big distraction, and here's the reason why. Because it's not going to go down to 22 cents. Bitcoin is not going down to, where's XRP now? 38, 39 cents? It's not going there. And they know it. The powers that be, the TP know it. So they'll promote this whole thing. They'll put it out there, and they'll get people like Tone Bay, who doesn't get it, like completely doesn't get it. And you get these people spending a few $100s, a few dollars they got, buying chunks of Bitcoin. And forgetting the fact that they'll never, if you stay in the BTC, digital asset, the chances of you changing the trajectory or changing your, generationally changing opportunity in Bitcoin is not there. It's just not there. Unless you got some people that are willing to cash out 401ks and life savings. But how many Bitcoin can you get? You know? How many Bitcoin can you get? And that's just hoping that Bitcoin can get to 100 or 200 or 500. And even if it gets to a million, you're still only going to have 5, 10, maybe 15 million. And that is cashing out your complete life savings. Hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of dollars. Because it's at Bitcoin's at 8,000. You know what I mean? And this next retracement, the next one, not the next one, after the bull run, and then that next retracement, it's probably no lower than 6. So if it gets up to 50 or 60 and retraces back or whatever, it's not going any lower than 6,000. That's not generational change for you. That's not generation change for the masses, I should say. It's just not. XRP is the opportunity for generational changes. And that's why the media, you remember I did that video and I said they don't talk about XRP, and here's why. Here's why. Because they do not. Right now, they don't want the masses knowing about XRP. They just don't. They don't want the masses to know. And so I found out about the amount of XRP holders or wallet holders or whatever it was. It was 0.0014. That's it of XRP holders. 0.0014 as compared to the whales or something along those lines, right? So in other words, it's just a small. It's just a small number. It's less than 1%. The entire world, that's what it was, globally, the entire world, 0.0014, and that's where they want it. And so they can push out this Bitcoin thing because they know it's not going to, if the masses get a hold of that, it's not going to be generational changes for them. It's not, the possibility is greater for XRP. So Bitcoin is the great distraction, in my opinion. It is the great distraction. You know what I mean? That guy, Mike Novogratz, he was able to take advantage of Ethereum because he had millions of dollars to put into it when it was less than $100. And I think he might have even got it for less than $50. You know what I mean? So, found out about it early because he was in a position to know, right? And did that. But think about where we are now. Oh, so another interesting thing too, just to even prove my point, right? And I just want you to think about this. The digital asset investor did a video, and he gets people sending him stuff, and somebody sent him I believe it was a tweet from 2010. I know digital asset investor was reading a tweet, but this conversation, it might have been a text conversation. It might have been, some other forum other than Twitter. But in 2010, this was a conversation between two people. It was just a couple of our interactions, and it said Bitcoin was at 22 cents, and I feel sorry for the people that bought their bags at 37 cents for Bitcoin. That was the conversation between two people, and it was put on some platform. I don't remember which one it was. Think about it. He felt sorry for the people that got their Bitcoin at 37 cents. Think about that, because he got some Bitcoin at 20 cents. I just want you to think about that. And it's interesting to me that those price points are the same kind of range that XRP has been in for the last 14, 16 months, if not longer. That 20 cents to 30 something cents. And, you know, some people right now, it's funny to me, but some people right now are not buying XRP because it's at 39 cents. Waiting for it to get to 30 cents so they can get, you know, a better 3-for-1. Think about that. That's crazy. That's crazy. And now that I've seen this video, look, that's the crazy thing is, for some people, it's, you know, having just you know, I don't know, a minimum of 1,000 and a very good number, 10,000, like that was from the Modern Investor said that. How much XRP should you hold? He did a video, remember? And he said a minimum of 1,000. This is his recommendation, not mine. Minimum of 1,000, and a very good number, he said, was 10,000. And boy, oh boy, in about 5 years, is he going to be so right. In about 3 years, people are going to realize that they were right, and that, oh my God, some people are going to be like, shit, I screwed up. I could have got more at 30 something cents. And so think about that. That little tweet that he showed, that the digital asset investor showed, I feel sorry for people who got their bags of BTC at 37 cents. Think about that. I mean, you gotta, boy, if that doesn't put things in perspective for you, I'm not sure what does. I'm not sure what does. We're in a blessed position, and the key right now, guys, is to have the patience of a professional, an experienced, a wise investor. Have that patience, and, you know, find what you can. You know, I tell a lot of people, right? So a lot of people don't know my background, but we've been pretty blessed, and we've been blessed in business and different things like that, and you know, kind of been in that. I don't know how you would say it, but a lot of people, you know, their kind of goal is to kind of get to 6 figures and all that kind of stuff. And in Main Street in the USA, that's kind of some big goal for some reason. Like, so, you know, I mean, we've done that for decades. I mean, so that's not a big deal. And I remember I told a story to someone who, you know, is not in that position, hasn't been blessed to be able to do that. Oh my God. And I told them what we did. I don't know, maybe 9 months ago, 7 months ago, somewhere around there. And I told them how we took electronics out of our home. What do we have? Alexa stuff, more than one. Sonos speakers, if you're familiar with those, are, you know, pretty high end, middle to high end speakers, very, very nice. Got rid of those. All kind of like electronic stuff. I mean, it could have been like remote controls, just all of that. Got rid of all of that. Clothes. Generally, 99% of the time, we take clothes and we just take them to Goodwill, write it off. But this particular year, this particular spring, we didn't do it. We took a bunch of clothes, and I got rid of tons of stuff, tons of clothes, just, you know, and sold them. Sold it. Electronics gone. Clothes gone. To have more cash to invest. To have more cash to invest. So I would ask you, what are you willing to do to have more cash to invest? You know, because I know people that don't make the kind of money that we're making, and they got like 4.5 TVs, right? Like car payments, right? Right? Got all the, all the fancy, right? Got the latest phones, the iPhone 400s, right? Samsung Note, 200s. They got all that fancy stuff. And then they're saying they don't have any money to invest. Just think about that. What are you willing to do? I would love to hear your sacrifice in the comments that you're willing to do to get some cash to invest. What are you willing to do? Interesting thing. So anyway, guys, this is where we are. A very, very significant point in time in history. This is where we are. This is a new digital asset class, without question. And XRP is less than $1, and Litecoin is right around 100. It's going to probably be less, probably first or second week in June, my guess, right? Cardano is at 8 cents. Even EOS, gosh, the price of EOS is probably around the same price that Mike Novogratz started buying Ethereum. We're talking about a new digital asset class that, in my opinion, is going to be separated into 3 or 4 different categories. You'll have the EOS and the Cardano in one, and Ethereum in one. You'll have things like A-Chain and Hollow Chain and V-Chain probably in another one. These different asset classes. And we're early to the game. And, V-Chain, 1 cent. Hollow Chain, less than a penny. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? And I read an email from Mike Dillard the other day, and he talked about wax and what was the other one? The identifier for it was VEE. I forget the name of it though. But we're just kind of saying that he was pointing out in the email. He's a good copyright guy, and he put in the email that most of the experts out there don't expect this bull run to be the same as the last one. They expect it to be, he said some number kind of crazy, 7 to 15 times better. 7 to 15 times better than from their all-time highs. 7 to 15 times better than the previous all-time highs. So if you're looking at stuff that is 7 cents, and I think he even mentioned XRP as an example. There was another one that's at 7 cents currently. The all-time high was maybe $1 and change, or maybe $3 and change, and then now I think it was $3 and change, and then you got 7 to 15 range. So he went in the middle and just did 10 times higher than the all-time high. That's what the experts are saying, 7 to 15, according to him. I believe the Modern Investor said it was going to be, at least double the all-time highs, at least double. And if you're talking at, 94, you're talking 90 to 98% retracements on a lot of these things. So that means that they're just dirt cheap. They're just dirt cheap. But do you have the cash flow? Do you have the cash flow? That's really the thing. Are you willing to make that sacrifice now for, the opportunity for generational change income for you and your family? Generationally. Don't be distracted by Bitcoin, guys. Don't be distracted by that. Yeah, if you want to be able to say and pat yourself on the shoulder that you had at least one, I get that. I get it. But again, the reason why the altcoins and the reason why, you get some of those is because you can get more Bitcoin. You know what I mean? So at the most, I'm going to put at the most 2,500, just fiat dollars in the Bitcoin at the most. If it retraces, if it gets back down to the 4s, that's what I'll do. If it doesn't, and it stays at this, this range up here, it's only going to be 1,000 for me maybe 1,500, just straight buying it just to have it type deal. And I don't even know if that's smart, to be honest. You know, I don't know if it's just better to just have a bunch of V-chain and just, you know, when you cash out, some cash, some BTC, now you own BTC. I don't know. So, but in either case, don't be distracted by BTC, by Bitcoin, because the opportunity for generational change for you and your family is, in my humble opinion, your best shot is with XRP, the greatest digital asset ever created. So guys, go check out that video by Brad Kimes. It's the Holy Grail XRP. The real deal is called the Holy Grail. Check that video out. It's awesome. And I'm going to go back to it again because in about 1 hour and 19 minutes at that time frame in the video, they did Mickey B. Fresh put up a little post of the advantages, kind of the pros and cons to the banks for this whole USDX thing, and it points to a video that I did back in the day. You know, XRP, is this really helping the banks? Is it really, you know what I mean? Because they keep saying it's a bank, you know, it's a banker's coin, blah 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 blah. And I did that video saying that it's really about exposing the bank. It's really about making the banks more transparent. And for me, more transparent means less in control, less powerful. Because the reason why they can get away with a lot of things, we're talking about the big, you know, top 5, 8, is they can hide stuff and be less transparent. And so, and then also I mentioned that the fact that the idea of not just the banks, but what XRP was going to do is going to be changing the world. But they had to start somewhere, and the place to start was inside the banks, because I always believe in my heart of hearts that we shall never forget what happened in 2008, and the people from Ripple are no different than you and I, except for there's a couple of them like David Schwartz and Stephen Thomas, who are so much smarter than we are, gifted in whatever it is that they know. But other than that, they felt the same stuff that we did. The same stuff that we did. You know what I mean? David Schwartz felt the same thing that we felt. And I just believe in my heart of hearts that that's why XRP was created. You know, and I referenced the movie The Inside Man, and just kind of thinking about that idea of the inside man. Most people watching the movie thought that what the robbers were doing was robbing the bank, that they were there to rob the bank. But the reality was they were there to expose the bank owner. That was the reality of the movie. Expose the bank owners. And I just believe in my heart of hearts is exactly what the people from Ripple and the reason for the creation of XRP. I believe that in my heart of hearts. But anyway, guys, so there it is. There's the video. Hope you guys are enjoying the view. I love the comments when you say you guys love this drive. I love it as well. In fact, I take it just because I've heard you guys comment so much about it. I can go a different way, but it's more your typical city driving when I go the other way, even though it's about 7 minutes faster. But I love the view. Absolutely love it out here. Yeah, just see some cows and horses, and it's so peaceful and serene. Blessed. Tranquility is an understatement. It's a blessing to be able to do what we do, be in the space, take these drives, right? Because some people are walking, right? Some people are walking, so we're blessed, right? So anyway, guys, definitely do that. Go check out the Brad Kimes thing. I'm gonna do maybe 1 or 2 more videos on that after I listen to it again, because it is by far. Look, it will almost make you cry. If you're an XRP bag holder, I'm telling you, go check it out. It will almost make you want to cry. Like, you'll jump up so excited. Oh my God, wow. And almost be like, oh man, this is it. It's happening. I'm changing the lifestyle of my family forever. This is it. It's happening. That's what it's going to make you feel like. And it's just another one. It's not just one thing. It's not just the same. It's another use case for changing the family's, lifestyle generation forever. So anyway, guys, listen, thank you so much for hanging out. Never ever forget, guys, that old money doesn't want you to win. That Bitcoin distraction, that's some old money. Old money doesn't want us to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather us remain. They want us to remain a cog in their wheel, their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same field that they play in, where they don't want us to allow our money to work for us. No. They think the only way to make it, they want us to believe that the only way is to continue to trade our time for dollars. Never ever forget that. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating? Or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know. The battle for you has already been fought. And the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.